I was slipping, quietly, slowly, silently. The kind of slipping you don't announce, the kind you hide behind a strong face and a "I'm good" that never felt true. Life had me dangling by threads thinner than breath, and every time I reached for strength, my fingers closed around nothing but exhaustion. My hands were letting go, but yours weren't. I remember nights when the room felt too still, too loud, too heavy. Nights when my thoughts ran faster than my faith and my fears whispered louder than your promises. I sat on the edge of my bed, feeling like the world had taken more from me than I had left to give. I stared at the wall, waiting for answers that never came, waiting for peace that felt overdue, waiting for a reason to keep going. And every time I loosened my grip on hope, I felt yours tighten around me. Hands steady as sunrise, hands gentle as a mother's prayer, hands strong enough to lift what I couldn't carry, hands patient enough to wait for me when I didn't know how to move. My hands let go, but yours never did. My strength ran out, but you still held me in. I settled in places that were never meant to be home. Dark rooms where silence felt safer than speaking. Storms where I learned how to brace myself instead of believing you'd calm the wind. Battles I fought alone because I didn't want anyone to see me bleeding inside. I've been under burdens that bruised my spirit, carry weights that made my knees tremble, stood in shadows that tried to convince me I'd never see morning again. But then your hands that reached into the dark and pulled me toward light, hands that reached for the weight I hid behind my strength, the kind of heaviness I never let the world see, the kind that burned on the way down because I'd held them back too long. I learned early how to smile with a trembling spirit, how to stand tall with shaking knees, how to say I'm fine with a voice that wasn't. I became a master at pretending, at carrying storms in silence, swallowing hurt so deep it echoed in my bones. But you saw through all of it, you saw the weight behind my straight posture, the ache behind my steady walk, the fear behind my brave face. And when my strength cracked, when the mask slipped, when the tears finally broke through the dam I built, your hands were already there, not to expose me, not to shame me, but to catch every drop before it hit the ground. Hands that understood what I couldn't say, hands that held what I couldn't carry, hands that treated my hidden tears like something worth saving. Hands that reminded me I didn't have to be strong to be loved, I just had to be honest enough to let you hold me. Hands that steady my heartbeat when anxiety tried to outrun it, hands that pushed me forward when my feet felt nailed to the floor. I didn't rise because I was strong, I rose because you refused to let me fall. There were days I didn't know I was still held, days when I thought you forgot me, days when I thought I was too broken to be touched, days when I thought my story had run out of pages. But even in silence, your hands were working, holding, healing, guiding, guarding, gathering every shattered piece of me and fitting them back together like you remembered the shape of my soul. Even when I didn't make it, cause I never fell. I made it cause you never let go. I'm standing here because you stayed. I'm breathing now because you chose. And now I'm still learning, still growing, still healing, still becoming. But through every chapter, every storm, every stumble, your hands are still here, still steady, still strong, still holding me together. The hands that wouldn't let go are the reason I'm still here, the reason I didn't fold, the reason I didn't break, the reason I didn't disappear into the places that try to swallow me whole. Your hands, the same hands that shaped galaxies, the same hands that lifted the cross, the same hands that touched the broken and called them whole. Those hands held me, and they're still holding me.